Alright guys, what's going on? This is Paul here, back for another vlog. Hi, I'm back, and yeah, the channel hasn't been too active recently, just partially because I've had finals recently, and hopefully these will be the last of your exams I have to sit in my life, or some of the last. Have 3 of them done, and they went relatively well. I don't think I ever have felt as prepared for exams as I have these exams, but they went relatively well, but I don't know why. I have 2 more next week, and I've sort of been back and forth with them and getting stressed out over nothing, and I decided to just sit down tonight and just meditate. I sound like, it's the term meditation, like, to me, I always think of, like, monks, and, like, it seems like a very religious term, but it really isn't. It's just a way of, like, putting a bit of separation between you and your thoughts. Yeah, you know what I like comparing it to? It's like, emptying out your recycling bin on the computer. Like, you have so much trash in your head, and you just sit down and focus on your breath for like 20 minutes. I did 40 minutes tonight, which is the longest I've ever did it. Like, I was actually surprised I managed to sit down that long. But it's like just putting, this is your thoughts, and then this is you. Oops, putting that separation between it, and it's kind of interesting how programmed we are. How programmed we are over years of living. Like, I know for me, especially, my brain is just wired for instant gratification. I grew up with a computer from a very young age, and I was instantly given things that I could just look up, get information whenever, and then social media came about, like Twitter, and back in the day it was Bebo and MySpace, and those came about, and nowadays it's Twitter or Facebook, and you get those dings, always checking, refreshing Facebook and Twitter, and over time your brain becomes wired to this sort of instant gratification. So doing something that actually has delayed benefits is kind of a hard task for most of us nowadays. So that's why I really like meditation, and I think in future years to come, meditation will be looked at, not just meditation, but brain training in general, will be looked at in the same regards as physical education, because physical education is everywhere. It's in schools, it's in gyms everywhere around the country, and I really think just brain training and meditation as a form of that is really, really useful for just clearing out your brain, getting rid of the bad thoughts, and overall I kind of think it should be something that's taught in schools, just to calm kids down, because it helps me a ton, especially when I go to exams. Like, I was in my 3rd exam last week, and I literally felt my traps here and there, like, tense up from stress. I was literally feeling pain radiate from there across to there, just from being, like, so stressed and built up. And I came home, and I have a little foam roller here. I don't know if you guys know what a foam roller is, but have I even got it? It's way across there, I'm not going to get it, but it's this thing that you use to release, like, knots in your muscles, and I was just, it was so tight. My shoulders were just so tight, and when you get stressed out, your neck and your shoulders especially are really, really tight, and just exams, man, they just take it out of you, and just to sit down and have that sort of 20-40 minutes a day of nothing, just separating it and putting it in all perspective is really, really nice. And I've been watching a lot of talks by a few guys on YouTube. One of the main ones I've been watching lately, usually before I go to bed every night, I like to listen to a talk, an audiobook, a lecture, whatever it may be, because you get what you put in. It's garbage in, garbage out with your mind. It's what I like to think anyway. You start reading books, start listening to high quality sort of literature and audio, you're going to get something better out. Even though I might not be the prime example of this, I still like to do it anyway. So I've been listening to some of these talks by this Buddhist monk, and I'll actually try and get his name up here. Buddhist. I'm not a Buddhist myself, but I really enjoy taking sort of insights and philosophy from Eastern religions like Buddhism and Hinduism. I was brought up in a Catholic religion, or I was brought up in a Catholic sort of family, and went to church until I was 16. But I just limiting myself to one school of belief isn't for me. I don't personally believe there is a sort of, that's kind of a wrong way to term it. I sort of classify myself as agnostic, whereas I don't have a clue, you know. I can't say he's right or he's wrong because I don't have a clue. But I like to draw sort of sources from everywhere, so whether it be Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, whatever, you know, like, even though I'm not religious, I sometimes read the Bible, you know. I like reading Proverbs because some Proverbs have some good stuff in it. But again, I'm not religious. It's just I like reading things, you know. Even though sometimes my mind doesn't like it, I do anyway. But the YouTube channel I was listening to is called Buddhist Society WA, which I think stands for Buddhist Society of Western Australia. And it's this guy called Ajahn Brahm, really really cool guy, and I like him because he seems to like link a lot of Eastern teachings really, really well into the Western world. You know, there is a huge sort of, not a huge divide, but there is such a divide in East versus West. You know, you have everything from over here and everything from over there, and it's so different. Another person who really did that well was Alan Watts, who a lot of people I assume might know, but I really just like listening to his talks lately. And the guy himself used to study theoretical physics at Cambridge, and then he was like, no, this isn't for me, and just moved and became a monk, which is really cool. So if I cannot link the channel in the description, I think every week at the sort of Buddhist Society he teaches in, they have like talks, and he talks at it. Some really, really good topics, so go and check that out. But again, that's what got me sort of thinking back into meditation again and practicing it, because sometimes I go on these periods where I don't actually, you know, sit down and do that. I really think for me, especially, because I think I have like a monkey mind. My mind is everywhere. It's like here, there, left, right, back and forth. My mind doesn't stop. And you guys think I speak fast. My mind speaks 1,000 times faster. And it's just nice to shut up my brain sometimes. And I was just sitting there tonight, and I don't know why, like, your mind is really funny sometimes, but I just couldn't feel like my body, if that makes sense. Like, it sounds like some sort of drug trip, but I just couldn't feel my body. Like, I just felt like I was floating in a room, a black room. It sounds weird, doesn't it? But that's just the way I felt, and just this sort of peacefulness came about, and it was really, really, really nice, you know, because most of the times I view it as a chore, just sitting down and meditating, but once you start to get into it, you know, after 10-15 minutes, because the first 10 minutes of doing it is like, my body wants to move, my legs want to move, I want to scratch an itch, I want to cough, I want to swallow saliva. It's so weird, but the mind is like infinitely, I like comparing the mind to like an ocean, because it's so deep. No, too deep for you. But even us as humans, you know, in this technological age, we still haven't explored the oceans, you know. There's so much to explore left in the oceans, and I kind of view that as the mind. We know a little bit about it, we know how it works, you know, biologically, but there's so much more to it than that, in my opinion anyway. Kind of went on a big rant here about that, but this was just really a channel update. I need to get my haircut, by the way, guys. You'll probably have noticed that my beard is gone. Yeah, unfortunately, I am starting to grow beards faster, if you could call it that. Yeah, I really could never grow facial hair, but it's suddenly coming back at like twice the vengeance, and had to shave it, had to go, you know. It's awful. Maybe one day I'll be able to grow a beard, but not today. I had to shave that. I was actually going to get a haircut, but I went into town and noticed the barbers I got my haircut at is now shut down. I have no idea why, but it is. So I'm going to wait until I go home. So I think like around the 27th, 20th of May, I'm completely done with university, which is really, really, really nice to hear. And then I think I have to wait a month until I get my results, but nerve-wracking. But I think I should be okay, hopefully, if I do well in these last two exams. What else? Not really much. I mean, I can't really promise anything in terms of videos. If you guys like these vlogs, let me know, because I might just do some more of them. I just like talking to a camera about random things, and I really do need a haircut. Looking at me in the camera, kind of weird. My hair, I always do this every video as well. You know, I always like do this with my hair, and my hair's all over the place. And it sucks because when I get out of the shower in the mornings, it's like perfect, and then when I come home at night, it's like, you know, all over the place. Like I have I guess I should just go with it. Have some sort of go with the flow thing, you know, keep it like that. But it looks weird sometimes. Yeah, props to you guys with long hair. I have no idea how you do it. Anyway, that's me done. Also, some people have been commenting, I have a huge forehead. I will admit, I do. I do have a huge forehead and a huge receding hairline, so as you can tell, I'm not sort of adamant of getting rid of it. But I'm about to pass out here, as you can probably tell. I was up quite early this morning. It's almost midnight, so I'm going to upload this. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon for some sort of more vlogs, I guess. So yeah, this is Paul signing out. Hair's still bothering me. I should just go and get scissors and cut it off like that. I'll see you guys later. It's Paul signing out. Have a very nice day, and yeah, bye bye. It didn't turn off. Bye bye.